All right, you guys, 2022, this is the launch made by Entegra. This is a 144-inch wheelbase, four-wheel drive. And as you can see right here, we've got a couple dents from some battle scars from that tree right there. Let's see if I can find it. That tree right there. Here's the rest of it. Almost fell in the house. But some of the big tree branches dented this thing. Now I spent almost 7 months in this last year. I'll spin this thing around. Let me unlock it. Some of the upgrades I did to it was I put that toolbox up there, added Starlink, added this step right here, which was really cool. A couple other things I added to it. You can see I put this big storage container. This is like an agricultural, like where you'd put apples in it or whatever. Made some custom covers for it so I could hide all my equipment in the back. Super awesome. So one of the things, and I'm going to talk about this real quick, is I'm getting rid of this thing. And I kind of want to go over the perks, the pluses, the minuses. And you can see it's kind of a mess because I'm basically getting rid of everything out of here. And I am headed to Colorado. So I'll put the link down below of where I'm getting my new van. But let me get this thing set up so it'll follow me around. Because we're going to move around a little bit, I'm going to show you some of the problems, some of the issues, some of the things I did in here. Now, it was just me. So one guy traveling the United States, traveling Canada, Alaska, which is part of the United States, but it's kind of way up there, so you got to go into Canada to get into Alaska. But I've spent almost 7 months. It was 6.5 months in this thing. Some of the perks of having something that's so nice and compact is the ability to get places that a lot of people can't get to. Now, is this like the rock crawler kind of thing that you want to take out? No, but this will get you a lot farther than some of those a lot farther than the Class A motorhomes. So, living in this thing for so long, and I say so long, 6.5 months, which for some that live in their vans all year long and they have for 5, 6, 10 years or whatever, they've come up with ways to maximize their storage. And I feel like I really did that. I had all my rifle stuff for all the matches. I shot 14 matches in 2024. I shot like 6 or 8 different types of matches in 2023. And I got 76,000 miles of pure fun on this thing. So had a lot of fun. A few places I had to use four-wheel drive to get me out of some mud. And just to have the confidence to keep going down the trails and going, I'm still good. And having the ability to put it in four-wheel drive and get myself out if needed. Up on top, I had toolboxes, and still do as of this point, but I'll be taking them off. Toolboxes that had extra diesel fuel, extra gasoline for a generator that I have up there as well, just in case I really need to get some extra power. It had traction pads in it, some type of hand saws to cut branches down if I needed to, and recovery straps and stuff like that. I did not have a winch on here, which would be a nice upgrade to put on here for sure, but never went with it. I never did the boxes in the back. Al makes some good ones, Sandy Vans and some other companies. And I really thought about buying those boxes to put on the back. Problem is I was like, they're not going to be completely probably waterproof after a while. I wanted to put clothes in some of them, and I'm thinking, well, the dust is going to get in there. But who knows? Maybe it wouldn't. But for storage in this 144, basically you have these not small, there's plenty of room to put stuff like sunflower seeds and whatever you need on your drive. You can grab a snack, peanut M&Ms or whatever. And then up here you got some you got some stuff as well. So this was all available. And I guess I could turn the lights on, because well, why not? So I'll turn all the lights on. It'll give me more light in here, which I should have done in the beginning. But I put a lot of stuff in here. I had Western boots in here, and scuba gear, you know, like fins and all sorts of masks and all sorts of shit in here. And it just every day, like after the third month, each day the walls kept going in. And under the bed is a really good storage area, like I showed you. That's where all the rifles went. That's where all the stuff was. And it was just tough. But let me give you an idea of this floor. So you're gonna see my little home sweet home mat here, and that'll kind of give you an idea how big this walk area is to come in. So it's just the size of a regular like floor mat. So maybe 2.5 feet out to here. And then you got this little hallway. You got my little shower pad there for getting out of the shower on. And then over here I did a modification. So this is what I use to hang my clothes. So like normal clothes I wanted to hang. Over here I took this seat out. So it was one of these I got to put back before I turn it in. But this was another seat. But I actually put like soft luggagey kind of stuff here that had more clothes in it. And stacked stuff. And then this area here all the way to here was hanging clothes. I did make these little custom curtains to if I just needed to park and use the shower or something real quick on both sides. There's the other one that hanging up there, so I could cover this off without having to put all the stuff in the windows. If I just needed to sleep or whatever for a few hours, I could do that. So then you come back here, you got the cabinet, it comes out, this turns into a bigger table. But right here is very, depending on how wide of a person you are, can be very tight. So here's the bed. I actually picked one of these up and then actually custom cut it and sewed it so it would be the perfect size for this. And then that extra that I had, I actually made a cover here just to hide all the crap in the bottom, so it looked pretty professional per se. And then storage, I had this so I could, basically this was made for shoes, but I use it to hang all sorts of crap in here just because there's really not much storage. Here's my shower. Then I'd hang my towel off of the hook that went up here. But you had a shower, you had a toilet. So it worked out good. Now, was it tight? Yeah. Trying to shower and turn around in there was pretty much impossible. Now you can see here, this is the pop out that you see outside. And then over here as well. So me, I'm 5'8". I could lay across here without any issues. Super comfortable. I actually added 4-inch, I don't know if it's 4-inch, maybe 2-inch. Yeah, 2-inch. This memory foam stuff that made this bed more comfortable than the bed I actually have at the house. Had the AC here, which is right above the bed, which in the new one that I have, it's more in the center of the coach over this way, so you don't hear it as loud, and it's actually plumbed. But the shades were cool. But in here was just super tough to actually live for a while. So down here, you can turn these seats around and have like a little sitting area. Here's the table here down. Here's the table right here, actually. So you could have a table here and kind of, I never set that up. It was just me. So I would just sit here and hold my dinner table or my plate and basically eat like that. That's what I did, because there's just really not enough room in here to actually sit and get comfortable. Like this seat here, if I was actually just sitting here, it's pretty straight up and down. It's not as nice as these ones. These I actually sat in more because when you're driving, obviously, but when I had them turned around, you could recline them and do more. These seats are super comfortable. Now I will say the difference between like the Ford Transit and the Sprinter van is the comforts of home in this area are just nicer in my opinion. These chairs they're heated, and both of them, they got the memory, they got all the stuff. But as far as Mercedes and their safety features and all that stuff. Super cool. And then down here is the refrigerator. I guess I got to show the refrigerator. So the new one that I'm getting is actually a lot taller. There's a lot more availability of staying out longer in the middle of nowhere, because your food supply, you can have a lot more food. So those are some of the downfalls of owning something that gets you in some spots that are a lot more accessible, having the smaller wheelbase than say what I'm actually going to. Now, I was a little bummed that Mercedes went from a two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive ones to an all-wheel drive. Now, the new chassis that I'm getting is on a 3500, where this was on a 2500. So I'll be able to hold more stuff. It is going to be bigger per se, but it's basically the same length as the extended one. So you have a 170, you have the 144, the 170, and then the 170 extended. So I'll be right within the distance of that. Now, these are put on better wheels and tires, and the clearance is a lot better than, say, the Ford Transit. So I'm going to end up with a lot more clearance, not as much, because I'll have a lot more ass hanging off the back of that one. So I have a couple ideas to kind of fix that per se if I come across dragging, but I think it'll be a lot more livable. I'll be able to be a lot happier. There'll be a little TV in here, so I can put my YouTube stuff on. I'll have area where I can actually edit videos. I'll have Starlink like I have in here, but so I'll have basically all the necessities of home that I need. So the downfalls for the Entegra is it's going to get tight if you're going to decide to live in this for a while. Now, if you're just going to go out, maybe be gone for the week, come back home, have the ability to like live somewhere and have some elbow room for a while, you're not going to notice it much. But if you're going to live in it for a long time, you're going to stay in it for a while, you're going to notice those walls creep in. So I'm excited to have the new one. I went with the all painted version. It was a little bit more, but I really felt like it just looked a lot cleaner. Professional is not the word, but like more like it was actually put together by the same company instead of just the front of the Mercedes. And then all of a sudden, a guy with a hacksaw came and chopped it off and then added a nice eco box to it. So it really ties it all together. So Colorado, pick it up, and then head directly to Texas for a match. So I got to bring all my stuff, load it all up for some matches, swap vehicles, flip things around, figure out where stuff's going to go, because I won't have any time or experience to figure out what should go where, because that's kind of a thing too when you get one of these, is you might start off and you got all your pots and pans in one area, and then you're like, man, I need that area for something else, and then you got to figure out a way to put something somewhere else. So there's a lot of adjusting. So where you start putting stuff probably won't be where it ends up. You'll figure out that, oh, this stuff would fit better here because maybe it weighs a lot. I'll get it lower to the ground, and the stuff higher, I'll put, this type of miscellaneous kind of gear in. So there's a lot of tweaking around with things, but I'm excited. So I'm excited to try this new adventure out and see how it does. So hopefully you guys have a safe one. Take care. And if you see me at the match, old Blue Bella is not going to be around. Bella is headed west to be dropped off to some other lucky person that'll buy this thing. So I'm going to get a little more space. So come check it out. The new one.